Okie dokie. The teams now arriving in the arena for this vital World Cup qualifier. And a terrific atmosphere, Billy, at the start of the game.
It's actually been an astonishing reaction from the Scottish fans. It's a long time since I've seen them as motivated for a game as this, and obviously they realise the importance of the tie, and I don't think they're leaving the players in any doubt as to how they feel.
And it will be Sweden to start the match. A real sense of anticipation around the stadium as Martin Dahlin gets the ball back to skipper Jonas Tern, and Sweden try to settle quickly into the match. Martin Dahlin caught offside. First ball played forward there from midfield by Zetterberg of Anderlecht. This is Colin Calderwood. The Scottish back three of Calderwood, Henry and Boyd very well established now. And of course they do have some thinking to do with only one out-and-out striker for Sweden up front. John McGinley making the challenge there. John McGinley, it's captain number 11. 3 goals he's scored so far in Scotland's colours. So Henry, the key man at the back, right in the centre of the defence. Craig Burley well forward. Tosh McKinley looking for a pass on the left-hand side, and the clearance came from Patrick Anderson, protecting that eye damage, that plaster just above the right eye. And it's Tom Boyd now for Scotland. Collins involved for the first time. If they allowed advantage there, I think he may have given a foul otherwise. Pressure on Billy McKinley. Martin Dahlin breaking quickly. On the far side is Blomqvist. Scotland now having to think about defending. The Swedes getting midfield men forward very quickly indeed here. This is Tern, the playmaker in the centre of midfield. Anderson has Nielsen on his right hand side. This is Alexanderson. Back from Zetterberg to Patrick Anderson. On the far side is Kari Sundgren. Closed down there by John McGinley. Covering play there from Calderwood. Burley losing possession rather easily. This is Dahlin. Jim Leighton very swiftly off his line to make a very good save, but Colin Henry has gone down injured. Major worry here for Scotland.
It actually showed the sharpness of Dahlin there. He's prepared to take the defenders on, and Jim Leighton does so well, but hopefully that won't be anything major for Colin Henry, because he's so important to us today. But Dahlin's pace is quite electric, and Jim Leighton really does well there to come out and take that danger away.
Well, I think he actually caught the studs of Martin Dahlin by accident there as he fell. I think that's the problem. So may require to be some quick repairs carried out. There appears to be no blood and evidence at the moment. You see that again. That's the problem. Jim Leighton takes charge here brilliantly. Martin Dahlin looking very sharp indeed, goes away from Calderwood. Henry was across to make a tackle. He saw Leighton was there. Now there's no problem at that point, but then as he landed, he caught the studs of Dahlin. Well, very tough character, Colin Henry, and he's back in action again. I think expected perhaps a head cut there, which happily didn't materialise. So here's Boyd now for Scotland. Movement up front from McGinley. Anderson judged that well enough. He realised that McGinley couldn't get there in time. There's one in midfield there, well by Tern. That's Zetterberg, tackled by McKinley. So the most forward midfield player supporting Martin Dahlin early in the match, really through the middle, is Zetterberg, the 23-year-old from Anderlecht. And the Swedes also pushing the wide men forward, Alexanderson and Blomqvist, whenever they have possession. A lot of width up front, stretching the Scottish defence, clearly adjusting to the three-man Scottish defence and trying to force them all wide and create spaces. trying to force Scotland perhaps to play a genuine five-man defence. Here's Tosh McKinley involved away, and he's beaten by Nielsen. Good challenge by Zetterberg on Boyd. Well, it's the most worrying aspect of Jim, the only worrying aspect of Jim Leighton's ability is his footwork. He's given that away for the throw. Sweden have possession again. Jonas Tern has Kari Sundgren free on the left. A lot of very experienced international players in this Swedish side. There's Blomqvist, very elusive, quick coming inside. The tackle by McKinley is penalised. The victim was Sundgren. It's a free kick to Sweden. Now they have the opportunity to test the goalkeeper perhaps.
It shows the determination that they've got to go at defenders. Really, there's not an awful lot in the foul, but it's in an awkward area and will cause a little bit, minute or two of discomfort for Scotland.
Jonas Tern takes charge there. A lot of power in the shot there from Stefan Schwarz. Tern was controlling things there in the middle of the field, but it was the left foot of Stefan Schwarz which was designed to test the keeper.
He really strikes this very well, and it's obviously an indication that we shouldn't try to give too many fouls away around about the box. It's from an enormous distance out and it's wide of the target, but really any closer in that could be very dangerous.
Well, Collins has gone deep to become involved. This is Calderwood and Burley. Good pressing play there in the middle of the field from the Swedes. Well, it's going to be a really tactical match this, both sides knowing so much about each other. Here's Tern, 68th cap he gets this afternoon. It's McKinley to McNamara, starting his first international, apart from that match in Estonia, of course. Boyd to Collins. He's under pressure all the time from Tern. Looks as though Jonas Tern has been given the defensive chore of marking John Collins whenever Scotland have possession. Nielsen's pass, Tern to Zetterberg. Zetterberg being marked by Billy McKinley for Scotland. A number of interesting duels developing out there. Here's Roland Nielsen. Billy McKinley picks out Henry, his Blackburn Rovers teammate. So this is Calderwood now, and Henry across to Boyd. Scottish back three spreading when required here. The good dummy there from Jackson. This is McGinley with a chance. It's the only goal! Of the first half gone, the dummy from Darren Jackson, the deadly finish from John McGinley, and Scotland are ahead.
It's a super move. Darren Jackson looks as though he's going to take the ball, dummies it. Bjornland's taken by surprise, and John McGinley doesn't miss chances like that. He's experienced enough in front of goal. He's had a good season. There you see it again. Darren Jackson does so well, and John McGinley's onto it and takes it so well. What a brilliant start for Scotland.
Well, John McGinley justifying his selection here. He's been on fire with Bolton Wanderers this season already, and he's justified his inclusion without question with that excellent finish. With the build-up play from Darren Jackson, absolutely crucial. Craig Brown and Alec Miller were elated there when the goal went in. They now look much more calm. Well, Ibrox is absolutely alive. There's atmosphere inside the stadium is quite incredible. Well, the Scottish management usually preach great patience in the build-up play, try to settle and play passes, and they couldn't have reckoned with such an early boost as this.
It came at an interesting time because the Swedes had started so well.
Misunderstanding in defence. Patrick Anderson and Nielsen, the ball's played in by McKinley. An acrobatic clearance there from Patrick Anderson. He too had a spell with Blackburn Rovers. Patrick Anderson, an unhappy spell under Kenny Dalglish. Tosh McKinley joining Darren Jackson for the corner. A 6-yard box full of Swedish defenders. Jackson's corner, Martin Dahlin with a headed clearance. There's Jackson again. Henry looking for McKinley. A buffeting there inside the area between Björklund and McGinley. Well, look at the goal from a different angle, from the reverse angle. There's the dummy from Jackson, which deceived the whole Swedish defence, including Björklund. It gave McGinley that vital yard, and it's a superb finish.
It was a super finish, Jock, wasn't it? And it came at a time when Craig Brown had altered the shape of the Scottish team because he's pushed Tosh McKinley way out wide here on the left-hand side, and they're basically playing a 4-4-2 at the minute. Very positive formation indeed.
So Anderson's pass picks out Sundgren. Offside against Blomqvist. Free kick to Scotland. The Swedish bench, Tommy Svensson, there, the manager, the bowling figure on the left, looking very pensive. Well, Ibrox packed to capacity, just one small section for security behind Thomas Ravelli, empty. The rest has every seat filled. Boyd's in trouble, losing out there to Alexanderson. A chance here for Sweden. This is Dahlin. Closed down well by Henry. And good recovery work by McKinley. It's helped on by Tosh McKinley. Unfortunate error there by Boyd. Cover was there rapidly though. Zetterberg. Anderson looks for Sundgren on the far side. This is Björklund. The Rangers player getting his 48th cap this afternoon. Roland Nielsen getting his 87. Shows you the level of experience in the Swedish side at this level. Played in again by Zetterberg. Calderwood. Well, that's possession conceded too easily by Calderwood. A rare error by him. Normally doesn't try to be as clever as that. Blomqvist. Stefan Schwarz. Jackson did well, closing in rapidly on turn. That was McGinley. Schwarz and McNamara clash. The referee has allowed play to continue. Free kick there, the foul by Calderwood. Worried perhaps a yellow card might have been shown, it wasn't. Sundgren the victim.
It's certainly a fair old challenge by Colin Calderwood. He doesn't stand in any ceremony there, and certainly that Swede will know that he's encountered him.
Well, the Swedes trying to hit back quickly after that very early setback. Zetterberg's cross, won by Calderwood. Boyd taking no chances with the clearance. Well, Tom Boyd very relieved, I'm sure, after he slipped there to find the defensive cover was present. Nielsen forced to hurry there by Darren Jackson. Put up by Nielsen. Never going to be allowed by a Spanish referee. Very fussy about the studs showing in any challenge. For Scotland always is whether they have enough penetration up front, and they certainly have supplied it early on. Great combined play too, Billy, Jackson and McGinley.
Well, it was. He went to the ball as though he was going to take it, then deliberately stepped over it, and obviously caught the Swedes by surprise. But it was good reaction with John McGinley, because he was looking for something to happen, and when he got the opportunity, he took the goal so well.
Pressure applied again there by Collins in midfield. Bartley beaten well by Schwartz. Good pass to Sundgren. Zetterberg again, very lively indeed, supporting Martin Dahlin from that advanced midfield position. Martin Dahlin has taken a knock. He is hurtling around the middle of the field at the moment as Jackson tries to build from the front. Pass back finds Ravelli. Martin Dahlin clearly in some difficulty here. Nielsen turns it back. Had a spell with Sheffield Wednesday. Roland Nielsen, the fullback, being able to settle. Now with Helsingborgs in Sweden. The tackle came from Billy McKinlay. He took a knock in the process. Martin Dahlin has been asked to leave the field by the referee to have some treatment.
It looks to me as though he's pulled a muscle. How severe it is, I really don't know, but he suddenly pulled up when he was checking back there, so it looks to me as though it's a pull.
Well, Kenneth Anderson is preparing to come on, so Dahlin, I think, will take no further part in the match. Patrick Anderson's long pass back. The Swedes, I think, trying to settle until they get their full complement of 11 players on the field again. Good leap by Billy McKinlay. Here's Jackson. First touch not quite good enough. Zetterberg has already demonstrated what a threat he is to Scotland in the middle of the field. That's good, tidy play. Dahlin allows that to go. Now, he really shouldn't be there to tempt his teammates to pass to him when he's unfit to continue. He's going off now. Kenneth Anderson is on, the Bologna striker, his 53rd cap, the scorer of 25 international goals. So while Kenneth Anderson may not have the same kind of mobility as Dahlin up front, he certainly provides a major aerial threat. Collins running into Kenneth Anderson. A late challenge by Kenneth Anderson on Henry, which upset the Scottish captain. The next challenge with these two might be interesting, I think. The throw to Scotland. This is Boyd. The run was made by Bartley. The pass not good enough though from Boyd, who apologises instantly to his teammate. So Craig Bartley playing in the right of the three-man midfield for Scotland, that advanced position which Gary McAllister's had to vacate because of suspension. Interesting selection that, Billy.
Yes, I think he went, Craig obviously went for mobility there, and you know, Craig Bartley has certainly got that, and he plays regularly there with Chelsea and looks very comfortable in that role.
Zetterberg put up there by Bartley, sure to be penalised. So free kick to Sweden. Turn with a free kick goes straight to the head of Calderwood. Stefan Schwartz. Schwartz and Turn both playing in Serie A in Italy. Schwartz for Fiorentina, Turn for Roma. Good sharp passing there by the Swedes. Sundgren coming forward. Interception from Collins, an unusual position there on the right hand side of the defence. Here's McNamara. Bartley on the break. Well, there's evidence here the surface is causing some problems for the players on both sides. One or two players going down when they wouldn't expect to. Well, water for the match, and there's been a lot of rain as well, but still causing a problem. McKinley's header, that's Collins looking for McKinley, who was forced to hurry by Tan. Schwartz pressurised by Jackson. Well, Jackson's determination just brimming over the top there. That was a bad foul by Jackson, correctly punished by the referee. Zetterberg met by Henry. That's Nielsen's cross. Kenneth Anderson using his aerial power there. Blomqvist. Well, that's the problem posed by Kenneth Anderson. Jesper Blomqvist coming in from the left-hand side to support him.
They've been very positive throughout the game, the Swedes, because although there's only one forward through the middle there, you see him, he's a big lad, he's going to be a threat in there. Blomqvist doesn't do a lot with it, but they are prepared to push Alex Anderson and Blomqvist very, very far forward, and it is a positive looking lineup they have.
Well, the Scots like to play it from the back, build it up. The Swedes have swamped the midfield though. Just one up, remember. Kenneth Anderson it is. Calderwood to Henry. The Scots with that vital lead though, enabling them to be patient in the build-up. Possession being retained carefully. But you see how difficult it is to work through midfield. The Swedes are working very hard indeed, pressing the Scots in the middle of the field. John McGinley. Headed away by Björklund. McNamara and Burley together. Blomqvist doing a good back-tracking job on McNamara. Here's Burley against Sundgren. Once again, the Scots more intent on keeping possession than anything else at the moment. Turn getting the better of Collins in the air. The header came from Henry. Good pass from Patrick Anderson. Zetterberg. Sundgren getting a bit of space on that left-hand side for Sweden. Zetterberg again. Blomqvist wants it played over the top beyond McNamara. Superb tackle by Jackie McNamara. The youngest player in the Scottish side at the age of 23. Interesting contest that, Blomqvist against McNamara. A fair threat here from the Swedes inside the area. Back it comes to Schwartz. And he was met by Billy McKinlay, who really put him under severe pressure there, forcing the error with a shot.
We really gave him too much room in which to take the pass, but all credit to Billy McKinlay. He saw the danger, went out there, put him under pressure, and never allowed him to settle at all.
Well, a poor kick out from Jim Leighton, helped on by Boyd to Burley. Still no real evidence the Scots have completely settled in the middle of the field. They haven't been able to get John Collins into the match as much as they would like, I reckon. Jonas Tern has a lot to do with that, mind you. Good understanding there between Henry and Leighton. Combined age of the goalkeepers is 75. Leighton at 38, Rovelli at 37. A gold medal struck for Jim Leighton, 75th cap. Anderson looking for Blomqvist. McNamara taking no chances. Well, the Swedes certainly pushing a lot of players forward now in support of every attack. They might have considered a draw a reasonable result here, although the defeat at home against Austria made that more difficult. Now they have to come forward as much as they can. Here's Roland Nielsen. Patrick Anderson plays for Borussia Mönchengladbach with Martin Dahlin, who's there on loan from Roma. Strong challenge by McKinlay. Kenneth Anderson showing nimble footwork for one so tall. So too though to Jackie McNamara. Collins. Supported on the left by McKinlay. Over the top it goes for Jackson to use his pace. He's in behind Nielsen. Delivered early for McGinley, but he's just out of reach for that. Good movement though from Darren Jackson up front. Swedes enjoying a lot of possession here. They still are a major threat. There's no question about that. McKinley with the up and under, looking for Jackson to chase. Ravelli, though, has been in that position so frequently. Here's Roland Nielsen. The man chasing him is Darren Jackson. It's a measure of his determination and fitness. Misunderstanding there with Alexanderson. Well, a bit of thinking for the Scots to do here, because the Swedes have coped with this system of the wing backs so far. They haven't allowed them to get forward. McNamara and McKinley. It's a good layoff by McGinley to Burnley. McNamara's racing forward this time, but marked by Blomqvist. Collins well beaten by Schwartz. Good play by Kenneth Anderson. Zetterberg. Nielsen. Kenneth Anderson's pass, looking for Zetterberg in the break, but Colin Henry decides not to attempt a pass back. Not too happy with the clearance, you can tell from the facial expression of the Scottish captain. McKinley in strongly in the air. Tommy Svensson has come to the track side to give instructions here to his team. Patrick Anderson's getting a bit of advice here down below from Tommy Svensson. Perhaps some tactical alteration to be made. Good pass across the far side to Sundgren with a shooting chance. Kenneth Anderson. Collins made the challenge. This is Blomqvist. Ball driven against McNamara for the corner kick. The Swedes looking hopefully for a penalty. And they've had a penalty in each of the three qualifiers so far in this competition.
He's put himself into good positions, Blomqvist. He's always prepared to accept the ball on the left-hand side, but really, he could have punished us there. He didn't deliver as good a final ball as he might have done.
So here's the corner kick taken by Zetterberg. That's awkward. Kenneth Anderson was there. Well, he's very tough to handle inside the 6-yard box in that position, and dropping balls.
He's certainly a big lad, and you know, if you get those balls driven in front of our defenders, they'll cause problems. And here you see it, he uses his height to advantage, not all that far off the target. I don't think there was any danger because John Collins was covering that side of the goal.
Well, the Scots have substitutes warming up down below. It's Paul Lambert and Scott Gemmell are down there. So too is Ali McCoist. Good play by McGinley to a bang in the back of the head there from Björklund. He's out of the game at the moment, but the Scots come forward. The referee, Louis, should have stopped that with a head injury in evidence. Here's Boyd. McKinley playing it long, and I think happily out for the throw to allow attention perhaps for John McGinley. Unusual, surely that, Billy. A head injury normally would result in the game being stopped.
Well, normally they would do that. You know, it was a simple clash of heads, certainly, and perhaps the referee didn't see an awful lot in it, but it certainly is unusual not to stop the game. And really, there was no danger, there was no effort at goals or anything, and it could quite easily have been stopped.
Henry mistimed that slightly. Here's Zetterberg, a chance for Sweden coming on. Calderwood trying to block his path. Great block by Calderwood. That was top-class defending by Colin Calderwood, Billy.
It was indeed, because it was a dangerous situation. Player advancing at him, a player who's looked quite well in the game, Zetterberg. But you see it here, clearly holds him, pushes him across and gets a good blocking challenge in.
Well, Jim Leighton's certainly having a problem at the moment with these kickouts. Can't get genuine distance into them. McGinley giving chase with Patrick Anderson. Ravelli coming out to solve the problem for Sweden. Kenneth Anderson likes to take the ball in his chest like that. He is much better on the ground than he is given credit for sometimes. Here's Sundgren driving forward again. That's for Blomqvist. It's a good ball in, a chance here, which Calderwood sorts out for Scotland. Oh, boys, came into the international scene very, very late, Colin Calderwood.
He did very well when the final ball comes round, but it is causing us just a little bit of concern. Down that left-hand side, Blomqvist is getting a lot of room, and he's a very talented player. He could cause us all sorts of problems. We don't close that down.
Well, the corner kick not able to be taken from that spot, says the assistant referee. Blomqvist looking for an in-swinger. No, he's played it back again to Turn. Counter-attack is on. Jackson is on his own. He'll have to do this all by himself. Well tackled by Nielsen. But Jackson really had to commit the defender like that to get the play switched to the other end of the field. Some very good corner kicks, though, worked by the Swedes. Careless one by Jackson. Here's Alexanderson. And goes Boyd. Now Collins. It's back with Billy McKinlay. Calderwood. Well, Jackie McNamara clearly was selected in hope that he'd be able to do a lot of his very good attacking work in the flank, but he really had to think more defensively with Blomqvist in such effective form. So half hour gone, 1-0 to Scotland. The scorer was John McGinley after 8 minutes. Better clearance that from Leighton. McGinley doing well there. Extremely well. McKinley to McNamara. This is where Scotland want McNamara involved, attacking on the right hand side. Retained possession well. And the bar closed out by Sundgren and Blomqvist. Collins to the edge of the area, looking for a ball played back into that area. This is McGinley. McNamara finding Collins. Good challenge made though by Björklund for Sweden. Henry did well. He knew the worst he would get there was a throw. Alexanderson's challenge. Collins and Boyd together. Very interesting tactical battle this, though, because the Swedes have clearly set out to stop the Scottish wing-backs.
Well, I think they started to do that initially, but they've changed their system just a little bit. Scotland have as well, but the difficulty Scotland have got just now is the Swedes are playing with Alexanderson and Blomqvist in real wide positions. They're playing with Kenneth Anderson right through the middle, and they're trying to pull the centre-backs apart just a little bit. And what's happening is our fullbacks, Tommy Boyd is really playing as a fullback just now. They've been drawn in to help the centre half just a little bit.
Here's Alexanderson. Good cover provided there by Billy McKinlay and John Collins, both of whom are back very quickly. Here's Jonas Tam. Now Zetterberg. Nielsen. Schwarz. The Swedes really having the better possession now, no question about that. Sundgren's cross. Looked in carelessly. A lot of food for thought here for Craig Brown, because the Swedes are dominating a lot of this play in the middle of the field. McGinley guilty of pushing. The referee perfectly positioned to see that. McGinley's not happy. There's Roland Nielsen and Schwarz. Turn, stepping away from Burley. Schwarz again. On the far side of Sundgren. He's had a good match so far. Blomqvist moved inside there. That's great play there by Collins, and Schwarz reacted brilliantly. Collins appeared to have one possession there, and a good challenge. Blomqvist. Zetterberg looking for Kenneth Anderson. He's in a great position here for Sweden. What a tackle by Henry. Magnificent tackle by the Scottish captain. Well, that perhaps is his hallmark. The timing of the tackle in these one-to-one situations, Billy.
Well, both Colin Calderwood and Colin have great tackle. Here we see the chance, and really it's just typical what we were saying a minute ago, that the centre-backs are getting drawn apart just a little bit because of the way Sweden's playing, and it is a bit disconcerting with Scotland. But nevertheless, until now, Calderwood and Henry have played really well at the back and made good telling challenges.
Well, Captain Block, they call him. Ray blocks shots around the penalty box so frequently, but that was just a beautifully timed tackle. Here's Patrick Anderson. Alexanderson under pressure there from Boyd. The referee's given a free kick for the tackle from the back by Boyd.
One little problem is that Tom Boyd is playing left back basically, Jackie McNair right back, and they're not really getting any protection from players in front of them, and I think that's one of the difficulty. The Swedes are able to lay passes into the feet of the wide players, and it makes life a wee bit awkward for both fullbacks in that situation.
Down with a free kick. McKinley forcing it away. Here's Burley trying to judge an awkward bounce. Blomqvist judged it better. Oh, that's nimble play by Blomqvist. Tackled well there by Collins. He played the ball, although Blomqvist went down. I have to hand it to the referee. His positioning really has been excellent so far. He's very well up the play. Certainly passed the fitness test, I'm sure. Collins back here to Colin Henry. Calderwood would like to play that wide, but he was put under pressure by Blomqvist. Well, the Swedes undoubtedly have the initiative at the moment. They really have played very well indeed, and it must be wondering just why they're a goal behind. So the Scots digging in to obviously try to retain this lead till half-time. They're in there very well indeed by Bjorklund. The header from Kenneth Anderson again. Leighton appeared to have it covered, but he is a threat, no question about that.
He's certainly a problem, and if they get the ball out to wide areas and get some good crosses in, then he is going to cause us problems. He's such a big lad, and albeit that Colin Henry is good in there, this lad's not too bad himself, and he clearly gets a good touch on that, and Jim Leighton's happy to shoot the pass.
Very quick reactions there from Bjorklund as Jackson broke through the middle of Burnley's pass. McKinley to Collins. McKinley again, Tom Boyd supporting. Well, that left back position is occupying now. Here's Billy McKinley. Decent effort by McKinley. He's scored 4 times for Scotland so far, the midfield man. Great header there by Colin Henry, beating Kenneth Anderson in the air. Once again, Blomqvist has found some space in the left-hand side. McNamara tracking him inside. Schwartz. Alexanderson in space. The great ball in. And halfway for Scotland. That's back to Jim Leighton with a goal kick.
This is the shot from Billy McKinley, and it's typical of his play that he goes up behind his front players, gets a good shot and doesn't really trouble the goalkeeper, but nevertheless an indication of his ability to shoot from that distance.
Jim Leighton's had some difficulty getting distance on these dead ball kickouts. That's a better one. Burnley did well. Jackson, McKinley. Collins, good play from the Scots this time. Here's Boyd. McKinley holding off Alexanderson. Offside it was against Collins. But what's the referee given? It can't be offside from there. It looks like a free kick to Scotland. Well, the linesman's flag on the far side was up. McKinley looking for Jackson. Too high, and a wasted ball effectively. But the Swedes really have shown so far in the match why they finished third in the World Cup in 1994.
Well, certainly from a creative point of view, they've been excellent, they've kept the ball very well, and they've made life very awkward for Scotland. We've really not settled, and it's only down to good challenges and good tackles inside the box with Colin Calderwood and Colin Henry that we haven't allowed them to get good shots on target. But at the moment, really, we're second best in the midfield area, and we've really got to try and tighten up there, and we've really got to start protecting the two fullbacks.
Zetterberg playing it wide. Movement came from Schwartz. Here's Zetterberg again. Turn calling for the ball in the middle of the field. Darren Jackson spotted that to win possession for Scotland. Here's Collins. Barley was lucky there, I think. That's good play though. Made space for himself very well indeed. McNamara forced to play it back. That was because of Blomqvist's defensive work. Björklund forced to play the ball by the attentions of Collins. So Joachim Björklund beside Patrick Anderson in the heart of that Swedish defence. Hasn't been too troubled, but once vitally when McGinley scored. Here he is again, John McGinley. Good block by Björklund. Billy McKinley's pass, that was Burley under pressure. McKinley again. Misunderstanding ahead. McNamara has had to dive into the tackle. Been a very tough international match this for Jackie McNamara so far.
It certainly has been. Blomqvist is a very talented young man, like McNamara, but what it has been, he's been able to get a little bit of space in that left-hand side. The Swedes are able to play balls into him, and he's so talented. He's making life very awkward for Jackie McNamara, indeed.
Swedes in possession again in the middle of the field. Jonas Tern's been outstanding in that area, but Jackson doing some good recovery work. Here's Boyd now, space to drive into on the left. McKinley's cross, looking for John McGinley. Björklund's headed away. Here's Darren Jackson again, backtracking, and that's a Scottish ball. Came off turn last. Well, Jackson getting warm applause. He's not used to that at Ibrox, Billy.
No, but he's certainly put in a whole lot of work. He's prepared to work back, as he has to do on occasions today, and he's really done it very well.
McGinley looking for Jackson. That pass is miscued. Roland Nielsen finds Tan. He's the playmaker causing the problems. This is Alexandersson. Angled in for Kenneth Anderson. Superb chance for Sweden.
Well, we're really off the hook here. Look at the space that he's got. A magnificent ball into the middle. And really, how he doesn't hit the target from there, I don't know. But it's really worrying how easily the cut is up there. And look at that. He's onto the ball, middle of the goals, completely misses the target. That's a let-off.
And Jackie McNamara, the covering fullback, caught on the wrong side of Kenneth Anderson. That's a worry defensively. The referee allowing advantage there. I think he would have given a free kick against Björklund. Here's Burley holding off Schwartz. Determined play by Burley. That was intended, I think, for Jackson, who dropped off deeper. McNamara back here to McKinley, who lets it run to Calderwood. This may go back to Jim Leighton. Here's Roland Nielsen for Sweden in the last couple of minutes of the first half. Kenneth Anderson backing into Henry, who stood up strongly against him to win possession. Good first time pass by McGinley. Barley in some difficulty, complaining that Darren Jackson hadn't made a diagonal run to the right flank there to give him a target. Björklund's pass, not what he intended. Awkward for Alexandersson. Nielsen now under pressure here from Jackson. Time for Patrick Anderson. Turn to Nielsen. Boyd did well. McKinley now has McKinley inside. Tosh to Billy. Too many pass backs from a Scottish point of view have been required in the match. Not a criticism of the players, they've had no option frequently. Collins. Strong play there by Collins under severe pressure. Here's McNamara. Good running there by McNamara. The linesman says a foul. A late opportunity here coming for Scotland. Very good, positive, attacking wing play there by McNamara.
This is him at his best, going attacking other defenders, and he gets ahead of them there and clearly fouled. And nice to see him being positive at this stage in the game.
Good to see also him getting a special word of praise from Tosh McKinley. Headed away by Kenneth Anderson there. There's Zetterberg. Well, the Scots ending the half deep inside the Swedish half. It hasn't been like that for much of the first half, though. Is this Calderwood? We're into stoppage time now at the end of the first half as Collins steps inside. Good ball played out by Tern, who's been really terrific in the middle of the field for Sweden. Here's Darren Jackson using his pace to backtrack, but Alexandersson did well there. Still Alexandersson in possession, tackled by Collins. Well, the commitment of the Scots cannot be questioned. Schwartz plays it back to Björklund. Sundgren on the far side. The left-hand side for Sweden has been troublesome, all right, throughout the match. Free kick given against Billy McKinley. With a foul on Kenneth Anderson. So deep into stoppage time now in the first half. A chance for Sweden. We've already seen the shooting power of Stefan Schwartz from this sort of range. A little bit of discussion going on among the Swedish players about which of the repertoire they may call upon. The set pieces. Simply Scotsman back to face the ball. Midway for Patrick Anderson. And Jim Leighton was scrambling there. Patrick Anderson disappointed as a half-time whistle goes. Relief for Jim Leighton, relief for the Scottish fans. John McGinley has given Scotland this precious lead after 8 minutes, but from that point on it's the Swedes who've dominated. And Billy, they're a very tough match still to come. Kenneth Anderson missing the other clear-cut chance of the first half. Second half underway there with that change made by Scotland. Paul Lambert is in midfield. Craig Burley's moved to that right wing back position which he's occupied so frequently recently. And an attempt has been made to try to get on the ball more and retain possession. The Borussia Dortmund midfield player Paul Lambert wins his 5th cap.
I think it's a situation that he's changed the team to try and tighten up that midfield area.
Jackson's pace takes him clear. No support at the moment. He's on his own. Holding it up, waiting. John McGinley's there. the Swedish cover was back very rapidly. The problem though for Darren Jackson was obvious. As soon as he broke, he just did not have anyone in the middle to take a pass. Tried very hard to wait and hold things up. That's McKinley playing it long, but that's where Jackson has just come from. Well, his fitness so far has been quite amazing, Darren Jackson.
Yeah, it's an interesting decision that Craig Brown has made. That obviously he's going to try and tighten up that midfield area and try to deny them the possession that they had in the first half.
So the Swedes coming forward again. Alexandersson on the far side against Tom Boyd. Boyd was ambitious there. Calderwood again with a clearance. Well, Tom Boyd not prepared to concede a corner kick. Forced Calderwood to make that interception. Boyd again, not doing a simple thing there. Could have been costly. Jackie McNamara's absence, though, Billy, I think in fairness would not reflect badly on him as a tactical matter, I think.
No, I think it's to combat the Swedes' possession and the way they have played in the first half, and I think it was acceptable and understandable.
Burley deemed perhaps to be a little more experienced in the defensive qualities which may be required in the second half. McNamara not getting too many chances to get forward in the first half, well, that's his real strength. So the singing goes on round the stadium. The Swedes build up again. There's more space on this left-hand side for Sundgren, who's seen a lot of the ball. Lambert beaten by Sundgren. Blomqvist wants to use his pace against Burley. He's done so. Promising this. A chance again for the Swedes. Henry with a clearance. Colin Henry's clearance to save the day for the moment, but the Swedes still come forward. Blomqvist having given McNamara a torrid time in the first half. Starts the same way against Burley. Zetterberg. Clearance doesn't get the ball to safety. Here's Sundgren again. So involved in the build-ups. Deflected there. It'll be a corner. Well, Kari Sundgren has done very well indeed for Sweden.
Well, Blomqvist is a marvellous player. Good pace. That's a great ball. Jim Leighton gets a touch on it, but here we are. There we are. Good alertness by the Scottish defender again. You know, Colin Henry's there. First one is blocked. He's there to block the second one.
Well, we've seen some good corner kicks in the first half. Colin Henry having to do some hard work again, perhaps, in the heart of that defence. Over away there by Burley. Jackson gives chase. Willingly as ever. Well, a new fitness programme this season. It certainly has paid off for him, Jackson. Well, the Swedes starting the second half, the way they play for much of the first, dominating the game from the middle of the field, where Jonas Stern here in possession has been really outstanding. Sundgren too has been very effective, and so too is Kenneth Anderson. Schwartz with a pass. Tackle is made by Calderwood. Lambert and Collins together. That's for Jackson. Header by Sundgren, comes off Schwartz. Burley concedes the throw, but a free kick has been given for the challenge by Sundgren. The referee, I think, allowed a few seconds to see if advantage accrued. Craig Brown not happy, having words with Colin Calderwood to pass on messages to Colin Henry there. Tommy Svensson has set this team up brilliantly for the match. So Burley with a free kick. Target is John McGinley. Billy McKinley timed that well. Offside against Jackson. Well, I mentioned Jonas Stern, Billy, but it seems to me his big contribution, quite apart from being creative, he has negated John Collins whenever Scotland have had possession.
Well, that's right. They're both playing in that area, and really we haven't seen anything of John Collins at all. We've seen him accept an awful lot more responsibility in recent international matches, but today he's really been overshadowed by Turner, who's had a magnificent performance.
This is Anderson. Sundgren again has found space. The overloading on the left-hand side has been effective for Sweden so far. Burley going for the long clearance. Zetterberg was in the way. Done back by Sundgren. Here's Anderson. Nielsen out to Alexanderson. There's a good shape about the Swedish side. They have width, they have solidity in the middle of the field. Kenneth Anderson is this target man in possession now. It's good leading of the line. So the real strength of the Scottish team has undoubtedly been at the back, where the defence has coped superbly with some fine attacking play from Sweden. Kenneth Anderson again. That's a great ball inside, a chance for Sweden. That's 10! Well, that would have capped a magnificent performance from the Swedish captain. Terrific chance.
It really is a tremendous reverse pass by Kenneth Anderson, and Turner's onto it, but all credit to Jim Leighton. He's made the shot difficult for him, and he's pulled it into the side netting. Again, a let-off.
Oh, remarkable. Only 6 goals and 68 internationals from Jonas Turner. Perhaps I've seen why. It's finishing there. Not what was expected. It really was a golden opportunity. Perhaps the best of the match so far for Sweden, along with the Kenneth Anderson header. Free kick is given for the challenge by Billy McKinlay. Well, in the last match Sweden played against Austria, they dominated from virtually start to finish and lost 1-0. I wonder if it's going to happen again. Kenneth Anderson. That's good play again. Here's Zetterberg. Closed down well by Lambert. The tackle was made by Billy McKinlay. This is John McKinlay. Intent instantly having a shot at goal, McKinlay. He's on a hot streak up front. Not seeing a lot of the ball, but wanted this chance to test the keeper. Barley not getting close enough to Blomqvist there. It was rather obvious that pass was coming. Lambert neatly to Collins. Turn very close to him again. The Swedes have identified John Collins as the main midfield threat for Scotland. Ball given away there by Calderwood. Now Anderson using pace here against Colin Henry. They're not the best of pals, these two. Right from the start, when Kenneth Anderson fouled Henry off the ball, there's been a little bit of aggravation all the time since then. McKinley's pass, McGinley caught in his heels rather. Collins under pressure. Scots at the throw. Collins immediately closed down by Turn. Jackson just offside. It was close, but he was offside. Well, frustration there, but there's no doubt about the decision. It was right. Joachim Björklund in very familiar territory, the Rangers player. Schwartz to Sundgren. Patiently across the back four. Zetterberg has taken up great position here. He didn't spot Boyd though, and no one told him he was being closed down. There's Tosh McKinlay. Again, forced to go back. That's been a feature of the wing-backs' problems. Oh, Oh, it's a good touch on by John McGinley. A foul there on Tosh McKinley by Alexanderson. Well, what a leap it was by John McGinley to help that ball on.
Certainly was a good touch on, and Tosh McKinley's got himself into a good forward position. Clearly brought down and foul's right.
Here's Billy McKinley. Now Barley closed down rapidly by Blomqvist. Here's Lambert. No option again. The pressing tactics in midfield from the Swedes really is impressive and very effective so far. That's a throw to Sweden. It came off Lambert. There's Tam and Sundgren. Zetterberg looking for Kenneth Anderson. Calderwood was quick enough to respond. Schwartz clambering all over Lambert. Might have been a foul. There's Schwartz again. McKinley goes back to make the tackle. It's a goal kick. Good defensive work by Billy McKinley. Played the last couple of matches for Blackburn Rovers in the holding midfield role. That's why he's there for Scotland today, and he's done well.
Certainly that's been the best part of our game, defending, and McKinley does well to match the run from midfield there and make sure that nothing untoward happens. But we're really, the best part of the game really has been the defensive.
A chance here for Blomqvist. Well, once again it's the Scotland captain to the rescue. Well, he made up 10 yards, and that's just in a second or two there to get to that.
Well, you know, hardly had I said something, and here you see another magnificent blocking challenge by Colin Henry. That's where he's been very effective in this game.
Sundgren's cross goes behind. Well, it's a performance so far built on defensive work. Blomqvist quick and elusive. The break of the ball there to get into that shooting position. Well, Tommy Svensson entitled to be wondering how in the world his team is a goal behind. Miller on the track also, urging on the Scottish players. A long ball from Henry. Miscue by Patrick Anderson. This is Jackson. Good back Keeler. Tosh McKinley with a cross, looking for John McGinley. Headed away well by Sundgren. Blomqvist. Schwartz. Well, Colin Calderwood is yellow carded for that. Look at those Schwartz with a great deal of that. The ball was certainly lost.
It was a good initial pass, and here you see, but it clearly, I think he makes it, but you know, I think it's very harsh for the referee, but it happened earlier on in the first half, and that's him making the amends for it.
This is Sundgren again. He's played well. This is Tam. Zetterberg, all fine players. Blomqvist. Change of pace to come inside. Wants the return ball. Calderwood is there for Scotland again. The clearance. But forced to hurry that. Couldn't pick out a teammate. Here's Blomqvist again. Held up by Burley. Darren Jackson. Only play the ball up, hopefully, for McGinley to chase. Bjorkland's certainly quick in that position. Here's Ravelli. Calmness personified. Roland Nielsen looking for Kenneth Anderson with another very good pass. He's drawn Henry out in the middle. Alexanderson wants to hit the byline. Boyd doesn't get the tackle in, and Collins now under pressure. Tosh McKinley in fact went down. A free kick goes, I think, to Sweden, or is it a throw? No, he settled for a throw. Bodies down the ground there, Kenneth Anderson notably. Here's Tam. Nielsen again. Looking for Schwartz in the middle. Successful period he had with Arsenal, Stefan Schwartz. That's awkward. Up goes Kenneth Anderson. Well, under pressure all the way. That looked to be deflected. In fairness to Anderson, I thought that was a corner. The referee says no.
again, he uses height to advantage, and I feel like, I think there was a touch from a Scottish defender there, and I think the referee was wrong, but it's a day when we're going to have to take any breaks that we get.
Well, terrific support from the crowd here at Ibrox, despite the fact that Scotland really are going through the mill. Here's Blomqvist against Burley. Great tackle. Well, some of the last-ditch tackling really has been remarkable from the Scots. This time, Burley. 1-0 it is to Scotland. It's hard to believe, it's just gone an hour. The goal scored in 8 minutes by John McGinley. Here's Bjorklund. Anderson dropping off deep. He's played very well indeed. Alex Anderson. Henry's clearing headers, picked up by Nielsen. Well, the Scots simply cannot get a hold of the ball. It's all Sweden. Lambert did well. Under severe pressure from the man of the match for me, Jonas Tern, the Swedish captain.
It's really been an amazing game in actual fact, because Jim Leighton hasn't been forced in to make all that many saves, and that's down to the fact that we've had so many tremendous last-gasp tackles from the defenders in front of him. But really it's just worrying, just the possession that the Swedes are getting.
They have been very impressive indeed. You must be wondering what more they have to do to get on the score sheet. Craig Brown and Alec Miller, not happy men down there. They've been gesticulating and instructing players all the time in the second half. Here's John McGinley. Good leading of the line. Jackson trying to get the ball across to Tosh McKinley, who's playing very well forward now. Good play by Schwartz. Played for Arsenal, played for Benfica, played for Malmo at the start of his career, now with Fiorentina. Anderson of Borussia Mönchengladbach. Schwartz again. He's given it away to McKinley. Here's Jackson again on his own. Waits for support. Collins now to McKinley. Collins being leaned on well there by Schwartz. Well, a free kick goes to Sweden. Didn't appear to be a great deal in that. I think Schwartz is perhaps a shade lucky there.
He goes back to combat John Collins' run, just clips his heel as he goes past him there, so probably the referee was right.
So Patrick Anderson across to Bjorklund. Zetterberg, Blomqvist. Kenneth Anderson. Blomqvist is in behind, a great chance for Sweden. And a terrific save from Leighton. Once again, Blomqvist and Kenneth Anderson. Jim Leighton, the hero for Scotland.
Quality of this move is astounding, and really Jim Leighton does so well. He stands up, doesn't give him an awful lot to go to shoot it, stands up and makes a great save.
Offside this time against Blomqvist. Well, defending is certainly a major part of the game, and the Scots have done that extremely well, apart from the fact that that run wasn't matched from Blomqvist. That infuriated Craig Brown and Alec Miller.
Certainly was difficult to match, but the quality of the ball, here you see Jim Leighton standing up positively. He hadn't had a save up to then, but he's had one now, hasn't he?
Well, it's frequently an occasion too where someone not playing becomes a better player by his absence, and I'm thinking right now, Billy, of the Scottish captain Gary McAllister.
Well, certainly our midfield has not performed at all. They've been outgunned, they've been outmanoeuvred. The Swedes look at least a yard quicker in that area, and really it's down to the fact that defenders have stood up to the test, particularly the two central defenders. They've been excellent, and Jim Leighton, we've seen him just make a save there when he's really done very little throughout the game.
Blomqvist again, off goes Kenneth Anderson. He's carried the ball out himself. No, the referee's changed his mind. seem to give a goal kick first and then change to a corner kick. Swedish fans here looking for an equaliser as Henrik Larsson prepares to come on for Sweden. Zetterberg will take the corner. Leighton has come for that. It's a good punch out. And an excellent save from Leighton. He must have seen that very late indeed from Jonas Tern. Another life for Scotland.
He does so well here, Jim Leighton, because he gets a good punch at the ball, but when this shot comes through a crowded defensive area there, he makes it look comfortable, and he's really proved his worth there, hasn't he?
Lambert muscled out of that in the middle of the field, supported now by Barley. Here's Jackson. Holding off Schwartz. Careless one by Billy McKinley. Calderwood to Lambert. 75 caps he has. He's been a hero so frequently. 36 shutouts so far in his previous 74. Collins in trouble. Fouled surely this time by Schwartz. Quickly taken. Here's Barley. Lambert calls for the ball. Once again the Scots, as they have done so often, forced to go back. Cannot get the ball through midfield to the front. Found it just about impossible so far. Anderson winning that from McGinley. Blomqvist. Kenneth Anderson with a header. Calderwood reacting swiftly for Scotland defensively. Nielsen to Patrick Anderson. Tern's pass. Alex Anderson. Kenneth Anderson's pass, too hurried. McKinley sends it back very firmly to Leighton. Not worry the Scottish supporters. Well, what a thankless task it's been so far for Jackson and McGinley up front. They've had no service at all virtually. Jackson there doing a lot of good defensive work, backtracking frequently to help in midfield. So a change being made by Sweden. Alexandersson is coming off. He's had a quieter match than some of his teammates. Nicholas Alexandersson from Gothenburg. He is replaced by Henrik Larsson of Feyenoord in Holland. Tommy Svensson gives instructions to his captain Jonas Tern about how to change things, perhaps to break down Scotland. Larsson for Alexandersson. And that will not please the Scots to see a Larsson on, because he's a very fine player too. Zetterberg. Sundgren. Well held up by Craig Barley. Larsson appears to go straight into the Alexandersson position and wide on the right. Schwartz. Anderson's layoff. First to the ball was Calderwood. A lot of pass backs to Jim Leighton. He doesn't really enjoy these either. Bjorklund across to Patrick Anderson. Backs to the wall for Scotland. Just impossible for them to get a hold of this ball frequently enough in midfield. Try to play some passes. Throw goes to Sweden. Schwartz with a pass on. Good work by Jackson again. Jackson on the break once more. Showing too much of that to Bjorklund. And Craig Brown is urging his defence forward. He wants the game closed up. Colin Henry being told to get the team pushed to the halfway line. So 1-0 to Scotland, remarkably, on the evidence of the play so far. John McGinley's goal separates the teams. Seems an awful long time ago McGinley scored. It was early in the match. So there are 20 minutes of the match remaining. It may be a long 20 minutes in the evidence of what we've seen in the second half from the Scottish point of view. We'll have the audacity to score a second. Here's Colin Calderwood. Henry's up in the box. Away by Sundgren, only as far as Collins. Good running by McKinley. Was he fouled? Well, ordered a bit of running there by Tosh McKinley. He's had precious few chances to do that.
It was a good move by Scotland here, and I'm not convinced that had Tosh gone down here, he might well have got something from that, but you know, there is always the threat, and they've had so much possession that if they get careless at the back, we could always snatch another one.
Here's Blomqvist, closed down by McGinley. The front two for Scotland have worked themselves right into the ground so far, but all in defensive chores, really. Here's Collins on the ball. Fouled there by Kenneth Anderson. Advantage applied. Here's Tosh McKinley. Can the Scots come forward? Can they create? McKinley closed down there on that far side. There's really nowhere to go. Help from Boyd, then from Lambert. Now Billy McKinley. Burley charges into the penalty area. McKinley tried a little flick on. Billy McKinley looking for Craig Burley. Bad pass though. Well, this is going to be a major test of fitness too, for the Scots in particular, because they've had to work so hard to cope defensively with Sweden. It'll take its toll before the end if they're not supremely fit. Calderwood did just enough. Blomqvist and McKinley challenge. Here's Sundgren. Ravelli didn't do well with that. And McGinley's given offside, but really, was he in area of active play? That's the question the referee had to answer, the assistant referee. He decided he was. Good kick out though by Ravelli. He was relieved about that, I'm sure. Offside this time against Blomqvist. Alec Miller and Craig Brown have never worked so hard that I can recall during a match. Colin Henry is having a conversation with his manager from the middle of the field to sort out how they'll deal with the rest of this match. This is Collins, hacked at by Fernak with a foul, but the referee gives advantage. Not much of an advantage though. Well, the tensions in John Collins really are remarkable. Colin Calderwood getting instructions there from Craig Brown to pass on to Colin Henry. Where's the movement? Asks Calderwood. There should be some cross running for these. Up goes Collins. That's Schwartz. Boyd should be quick enough for this. Brings Kenneth Anderson close to him to give time for Leighton to get the ball away. Picked out McKinley forcibly for Scotland. John McGinley working hard, but he didn't get the break of the ball there. Henry's header, very accurate. There's Boyd, now McKinley. Boyd again, having to hurry. Oh, McGinley did well. There's Boyd. Giving it away though to Schwartz. Well, that's been the problem for the Scots when they've had some possession in the middle of the field. They haven't kept it well enough. The area where perhaps McAllister would have been so important. Jackson against Sundgren. He is so lively, Darren Jackson. It's not been a glamorous chore this afternoon for the Scotland striker, but how much he's contributed to the cause. Burley has Lambert ahead. Jackson. Cover was there for Sweden. Here's Blomqvist. Anderson with a heavy touch that time. Jackson penalised for backing in. Well, you cannot question the referee's positioning, and I think he was right on that occasion. Blomqvist, chance to come forward. No one shutting him down. McKinley to McGinley. Collins trying very hard to make an impact. Boyd's pass. Here's McGinley again. Better play from Scotland. Lambert. Well taken down, was it? No, by Jackson. Well, he should certainly be feeling the effects by now. There's going to be another change made by Sweden. Andreas Andersson, I think, is the man about to come on. Zetterberg. Two Scots attacking him, and the free kick goes to Sweden. Another change being made. It is going to be Zetterberg, who started the match very impressively, but rather fell out of things in the second half. He goes off. The man coming on is going to be Andreas Andersson, an attacking player, replacing the midfield player. So more of a goal threat here for Sweden in the closing stages. Blomqvist now with his free kick. That's a good ball in. Goal kick's been given. Kenneth Anderson furious again. Kevin Gallagher will come on to give some energy to the Scottish attack, I think, for the late stages. Jackson, McKinley, asking too much of his own pace there. Ravelli careful with the clearance. In goes Collins. Throw goes to Sweden. Scotland want to make a change. They want Kevin Gallagher on. So they're retreating here. Scots, as Sundgren comes driving forward again. He's done so much in the match. Linking so well with Blomqvist. Skips inside. Misunderstanding there. Kenneth Anderson trying to find Larson. That's careless by McKinley. Giving the ball away. Returned the compliment happily for the Scots. Darren Jackson has done enough. That's the verdict of Craig Brown. And listen to the reception he gets. Well, the show of appreciation for the Hibernian striker is thoroughly justified. He's run himself into the ground. He offered a magnificent dummy to give John McGinley the opening goal. And the appreciation is apparent. On goes Kevin Gallagher, cap number 24.
Kevin Gallagher.
Collins and McKinley trying to make something of that, but possession back with Sweden from the throw. Time is the enemy, no question, for the Swedes. 11.5 minutes left. Kenneth Anderson's header on. Here's Blomqvist. Seemed to be handball. That's what the crowd thought. Blomqvist digs it out. The header away by Henry. Here's Sundgren. Andreas Anderson. The ball gathering pace off the surface. The Scots have subs warming up still. Ali McCoist and Billy Dodds. Well, they helped it on. Sundgren, who's done so well. Blomqvist, forced to hurry by Gallagher. Gallagher in for a very tough 10 or 11 minutes of running here. Nielsen's pass. Larsson's on his own. Kenneth Anderson. Down goes Leighton. The Swedes down below us cannot believe this. How did that manage to stay out?
Well, we really get caught out with that long ball, and Larsson's onto it, lays it inside, and really again it's a little bit luck, but a fair challenge at the back again. But again, a let-off, and really it's astonishing how it happens so often in this game.
Here's John McGinley working very hard again. Taking some stick as well. Lambert steps in. He's fouled by Sundgren. Oh, what a match this is. The Swedes dominating for so long, the Scots hanging on with their fingernails.
This is clearly a foul, and really, it's amazing how come back from a let-off at one end, we then start to look positive at the other.
So here's John Collins with a free kick. Colin Henry arrives late in the box. There's McGinley. Well taken by Ravelli. Kenneth Anderson with a pass, looking for Andreas Anderson. In goes Calderwood. Turns header. Here's Larson. It's all the space in the wall for Kenneth Anderson. Outstanding goalkeeping from Leighton. That was quite remarkable. The Scottish defence was ripped apart again.
Well, certainly Jim Leighton's done so really well. He certainly caught an injury from this one, but nevertheless, what a save. Here's the chance, just a moment or two ago. This ball's in here, and John McGinley's almost on the end of that. Comfortably dealt with in the end, but it's amazing. But this save from Jim Leighton being magnificent. You know, Kenneth Anderson's on to early, he gets down, blocks it, blocks the rebound, prepared to take the knock.
Well, he appeared to take the studs in his stomach there, and still managed to stretch to take the ball. What a return to the international side. Well, he's kept the team in the game. It's Scotland 1, Sweden 0. 7.5 minutes plus injury time to go. Credit there to Blomqvist, even in the cold run of World Cup battle, retains a sense of sportsmanship and gives possession back to Scotland.
A little bit of direction from Swartz there, but really Jim Leighton hadn't had an awful lot to do earlier in the game, but certainly in this second half he'd performed some marvellous saves.
Headed on by Burley. Gallagher back to Burley. Gallagher's pace may catch him behind Sundgren. Very difficult ball to turn in at pace. Well, there'll be a big reception coming in just a second or two now. Ali McCoist is coming on. I suspect John McGinley will be the man to come on. Turn under pressure from Collins. Turn again. Over goes Gallagher. Turn has been so involved all the way through. His fitness has been remarkable. Sundgren. Jonas Turn again. Larson challenged by Boyd. The Scots again forced to defend very deep indeed. Blomqvist. Schwartz with a cross. And Henry got there again. Got in ahead of Anderson. Well, a substitution was going to be made, but the Scottish management said no until this corner kick is over. They don't want to change anything. Not in a defensive position. So Larson will take this corner. Very good one. Chance for Firm. Once again he's missed the target. Good beat out there by Leighton. Turn of the chance.
Once again, a good punch out by Jim Leighton, but Turn looks so composed here, and you think he must hit the target, but luckily for us it goes past the post.
Applause now for John McGinley, who also has run himself into the ground. He's also scored the only goal of the match so far. On goes the Scottish lucky talisman, Ali McCoist, to a terrific reception. 56th cap for McCoist. And can he turn his goal tally from 19 to 20? Now that really would be the fairy tale that it tends to be involved in. McCoist putting pressure on Turn. 5 minutes left. 1-0 to Scotland. Here's McCoist's first involvement. Now Björklund takes possession. Shuttling across is Gallagher. They won't reach Sundgren though. Barley and Blomqvist. Blomqvist has been so good for Sweden. Sundgren's way off. Collected now by Collins. Here's Gallagher. Lambert's pass. Collins sets off. Patrick Anderson will beat him to the ball though. He's pacey. Ravelli turns it out calmly to Tern, the playmaker. This is Schwartz. Can Scotland survive? 3 World Cup points at stake, 4 minutes plus injury time left. Here's Tern again. The pass for Larsson. Bumped away by Kevin Gallagher this time. Schwartz picks out Blomqvist. It's been all Sweden. Larsson goes to retrieve. If he can get there in time, he has to hurry. He's made it. Here's Roland Nielsen. Looking for Kenneth Anderson again. Out comes Leighton with a very good clearing punch. Gallagher. McKinley has slipped. Here's Blomqvist. Kenneth Anderson again. Now Schwartz turning into Collins. Kenneth Anderson with a shot. Tommy Svensson looks impassive, but I'm sure he cannot believe this. So much possession, so much domination, killing by a goal. And Colin Henry entitled to look as fatigued as he does. Jim Leighton could become a huge hero if he makes the shutout count 37. Josh McKinley helps it on for McCoist. This is Gallagher. Collins made it just in time. On goes McCoist. Very close. Well, the goal butcher supreme almost does it again.
It really is a good pass, and the Swedes just are careless at this moment, and really with McCoist on the field you can't afford to be that in. I know he's had a fair share or two, but that would really have been topped a lot, wouldn't it?
Here's Kevin Gallagher with Lambert. Turned away for the corner kick by Björklund. Scotland will take a lot of time out of this. Colin Calderwood and Colin Henry are told to stay back, I think. No, just Tom Boyd and Colin Henry. Calderwood has been released to join the attack with Burley. Short corner preferred, I think, in the circumstances. The linesman suggesting there was an offence there. Perhaps taking him outside the quarter circle. Given possession too. I thought that would be a retake rather than a free kick to Sweden. Here's Anderson. Space on the far side. Tern picks out Roland Nielsen. Barley there, and it goes all the way through to Leighton. Jim Leighton waves his teammates forward.
It's a good ball. It's well attacked by Blomqvist, but once again, however incredible it seems, that they just don't get any breaks inside that area. But you know, we've defended so well inside that area. Jim Leighton's had some magnificent saves, but I still can't really believe the scoreline.
Here's Roland Nielsen for Sweden. Time running out rapidly for the Swedes, who've dominated this match. Andreas Andersson looks for a free kick, and he gets it from the referee. I can't understand that. Tommy Svensson now is out on the track, trying to get instructions conveyed to his team. Everyone going forward here for this. Henrik Larsson's a great chance this for Sweden. The 90 minutes are almost over. Out goes Leighton. What a terrific reception for the Scotland goalkeeper. And to think he almost ended his career in Euro 96. What a hero he's been. Still work for the management to sort things out. We're into stoppage time. Sundgren. Bedlam around the stadium An unlikely victory looks as though it may be on. Foul surely there by Andreas Andersson. Free kick's been given to Scotland. Andersson's attention's on Henry.
Well, really, it seems incredible, but we really have defended well in crucial situations, and plus the fact that when those central defenders in particular were beaten, Jim Leighton came behind them, and you know, at his age he really should be sitting watching this game, but he's played magnificently.
Well, a minute of stoppage time gone. Throw to Scotland. It'll take time over this. The Spanish referee is the man who could make the day for the Scottish supporters by blowing his whistle. He's insisting on Colin Calderwood being quicker with the throw. This is Barley. Now Gallagher. Was he fouled? Yes, he was. Free kick against Sundgren. They'll be playing this to the corner flag, I suspect. Paul Lambert getting some stick from Alec Miller there for something not according to plan. Toward the corner flag it goes for Gallagher. Throw to Scotland. Well, that's incredible. The linesman has given it away. Now, so frequently a bad decision like that results in a goal the wrong way. No, the final whistle is gone. Jim Leighton, the hero for Scotland, with his defence. Colin Henry, the captain, another magnificent performance. Jim Leighton's 37 shutout for Scotland. It's given his team 3 World Cup qualifying points.